This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
Everybody, this is BK-Dub, 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 your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestling show live here from Illinois Media School. No gimmicks Nick Johnston here. To my right, Double D, David Dykstra. Ready to rock and roll.
Hello!
We are back, folks. It's been a minute. We've had some...
We're busy.
Yeah,
just tell it like it is. We're busy.
We got stuff going on. People sick and hacking and coughing all over the place, and then people get it's time consuming. We got stuff going on. Exactly.
We busy people.
Oh yeah. Well, exactly that. Welcome back, everybody. We're here. We have to talk about this because this is absolutely unbelievable.
We should probably just ignore it.
Anything
anything bad in life, just ignore it. It'll
can't.
Eventually go away.
This is one of those where this is the only road to get to where you need to go, and it's blocked by 50 feet of crap. so that's the only way to get to it. It's the road to WrestleMania, folks.
The road to WrestleMania with a big-ass speed bump.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, impenetrable. Well, folks, exactly right. Royal Rumble is what we're talking about here. We're going to get to some AEW, some TNA, actually, as well. We have not been able to talk about that since its debut, since its comeback.
Just amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's been absolutely
horrible.
It's been so bad. Oh, my goodness. And then a couple other things across the board. Of course, we'll get to our best of the week, what we think is the best of the week indeed. But no need to waste any more time. We need to get to the Royal Fumble. We needed to recap anything and everything. The women's match, the women's Rumble, the Styles retires. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea right now.
No one does.
Yeah. McIntyre retains, and, of course, the men's Rumble. But let's go ahead and start off at the tippy top. Just your initial opening thoughts between the presentation, maybe, the feelings on the start time here, Central Time, start time over in Saudi Arabia, which is about 10 p.m. and around 2 a.m. over there.
Saudis know how to party.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, the crowd, it was, there were people there for sure. Could you tell if they were all there?
Yeah, there were people there eventually.
No, not necessarily, but...
And screwed over green T-shirt guy.
Yes, they sure did.
How dare you?
Man, you got squeezed out of the front row so bad. If he's getting priced out, we have no... Yeah.
I love that Logan just gave him crap for it.
That's hilarious. I do like that mini feud. That's almost as good as Johnny Knoxville not letting it go between him and Sami Zayn. Which, again, probably pumping his fist watching that was Johnny Knoxville, but we'll get to that. So anything on just the initial opening, just when you first take a glance, again, the big thing for sure had to be just the optical illusion that was the crowd, and what do you make of that? What did you think? Because it was definitely that LED thing was messing everything. Yes,
yeah, messed with people.
Everybody. It wasn't just you.
You couldn't truly tell how many people were there because of the LED lights in the seats. I'll give him praise for the set. The set was awesome. I loved the set. I loved the design of the set. I even said it multiple times to my lovely lady. This is a really cool set. I really like what they did there. But other than that, there huge misses throughout this entire thing. The fact that there was, and I'll say this, there was no one there for the Women's Royal Rumble. No. There was no one there.
No, and I'm hearing reports of there was 3 major soccer games over there at basically all at the same time. So crowds spaced out all throughout. That's probably why they had to build this stadium just for them.
Because there was nowhere else.
Because there's nowhere else to go. Yeah,
right.
we quadruple booked ourselves, and we only have 3 places. Whoopsie poopsie. We got to build our own stadium. Which again, I'm on the side of I don't think OSHA was there, so we'll see how much that was. And again, you didn't see the other. Maybe you talked about some behind the scenes stuff of. That was basically that, where they put all the beautification in the front side, and on the back side it was put together by duct tape, sticks, glue, whatever they had left, really. Sitting in cargo shipments.
Let's call it what it was. It's impressive that they built that thing in a month.
I'm glad no one got hurt.
It's concerning when you hear that things got put up in a month.
Yeah.
That how stable is the stadium? Yada yada yada. Yeah, but to kind of see,
Well, there was no cheers that were earth-shattering and loud enough to actually test the
I'm
durability
wondering
of
if
it.
that Brie Bella pop didn't
Lose
shake
some
things
screws.
shake some things up. What?
You know what? That's probably why they were so silent. They just like felt like is your chair shit? All right, we gotta.
The yes chant ended abruptly. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there was some movement, and everybody's like, "Oh, we need to calm down. We need to."
You heard yes, and then you heard guy go, no. You're like, all right, never mind.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I mean, at the end of the day, let's call it what it was. It was the royal fumble.
yeah.
That so many things missed, so many opportunities missed. I mean, let it be what it was. The biggest pop of the night, we've already talked about it, was Brie Bella.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. And
was
don't get me
either-
wrong, I'm a Brie Bella fan. I actually think Brie Bella is it's not an opinion, it's facts. Brie Bella's the better Bella, wrestling-wise.
Yeah.
Because she's got the better husband, or she had the better boyfriend at the time.
Coop.
Oh, we need to talk
God,
about
what
that.
a waste of a segment.
I'm-
We'll get to that as
yeah,
we'll get that
might
in.
Be, in all seriousness, that might be my best of the week.
Okay, yeah, we'll put a pin in that.
As a sarcastic thing.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean might have had the best week.
Oh my god.
No, he was definitely the most over from that entire thing.
But you had, I would say the women did a very good job.
Of getting it started.
I thought it was a phenomenal Rumble for the women. Not a lot of missed spots. There were maybe, 2 or 3 women that you kind of went, really, her? I mean, and I'll give one right away because she's one of my favorite female wrestlers. She just hasn't gotten the opportunity in WWE that I think she deserves, and that's Candice LeRae.
Yeah, that was gonna be my first one for sure.
That one was just
Maybe best design, best gear that we
she
even
had
mentioned.
phenomenal gear.
The Van Halen print, that'll always be a fan favorite of mine. That's always going to be
Phenomenal
a good go-to.
gear. JC Jane I get because she's the NXT.
I mean, unfortunately, now just the Zelina, but I would say Zelina Vega.
Zelina didn't make sense.
That was
either.
tough. The come on to no pop at
Come
all.
on! And all I get is a text from Nick going, "Did you guys hear the crickets? Did you hear the crickets?" There was nothing.
I thought my buddy was going to get a noise complaint because I was howling laughing at that at his apartment when we watched it. I could not believe the lack of reaction to that. It was that may have been the most impressive. I mean, exactly. Let's just dive right into the Women's Rumble. We kind of already did.
Yeah.
Starting off, I mean, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss get it started. So you're sitting there right away. You're like, oh no, are they gonna? That was gonna be one of my go-tos. Like, well, okay, if I'm focusing on the Rumble, a couple things that I need first. First, it's like, okay, what are they gonna do with LA Knight? Basically, who's the big person that's gonna be the big surprise, or who's gonna be like all right, a lot of time with this guy, and it ended up being like Oba and Javon Evans for me in that side of things. But this was definitely one of them for sure. Is how long or when are they going to tease Charlotte and Alexa like breaking up or straight up just dumping each other out? And sure enough, it was kind of tested right away. But then they're like, nah, just kidding. Nah, just kidding.
Did that not look awkward to start as well?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just essentially thought it was almost like a waste. And then, not to make a comparison to like an older pay-per-view, an older Royal Rumble from forever ago, when obviously it's 2 different times, but like, and didn't Demolition start
Demolition
off?
started, and that was a banger.
And that was weird, because, I mean, it was weird in the sense that, like, they were a face tag team. Like, that doesn't happen ever. Like, they just, like, kind of just, all right, shook hands, like, all right, just went at it. Like, no, that clearly wasn't going to happen right away. And then they turned into Kiana James coming up next after, and then Nia Jax. So,
which can I say, thoroughly impressed with Kiana James.
That's been the consensus, and yeah, I can't sit here and remember all too much of what she did. Not trying to be.
I mean, Samoa dropping Nia Jax is. impressive
Yeah.
in itself.
Yeah.
No, she had a good representation of herself for a person who's supposed to be the valet for Julia.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that went over about 20 to 30 minutes definitely had a solid showing. So, and that kind of that really pinpoints it. Like, all right, are they the real deal? How much are they investing in this person? Like type stuff. So, yeah. But obviously, the big winner. I don't want to jump to it. We'll get to everything in between, obviously. But Liv Morgan wins it all, coming out at 14. But man, oh man, again, I'm just gonna try and get to everything else. Like, I mean, my notes for this were kind of all over the place in the sense that like there were some really awkward, abrupt eliminations, especially in the women's rumble. A couple of them that really made you say like really this person eliminated that person, and the huge one for sure had to be Natty eliminating Becky Lynch.
They're building it. Natty got so much good heat behind her after that Bloodsport appearance.
That
they want to capitalize on. This is a new Natty. This is a Natty you've never seen before. Although I heard that she was doing it in FMW when she was first there.
Okay.
So this is going back to her roots.
Okay.
And being a badass, which at the end of the day, Natalya is a badass. Like, let's not.
She will be when all is said and done. When she retires out of ring, she will be the best WWE, the best women's trainer that WWE will have probably ever.
Yeah,
so,
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
Especially in ring for sure, without a doubt. Flipping around other notes that I had in terms of like maybe just people that had solid showings or were out there a ton and just got a lot of exposure. Lash Legend eliminated Charlotte Flair, Jordynne Grace. Again, you can kind of put that under like really like she eliminated her. Like Jordan had a solid showing and she dumped a couple gals out pretty quick, but wasn't there as long as you thought she may have been.
Should have been.
I thought she was going to be a final 6, a final 4,
especially with the way they were pumping her up on SmackDown.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Again, Lash also eliminated Io Sky and the Bella Twins for what it's worth. So, in one of those later kind of big dump, yeah,
AKA Io Sky.
But were there any on your side like big what the hell eliminations, or that was too quick? Well, obviously, when they finally got to it, Charlotte and Alexa, that had to be.
It was not a mistake from what I understand. Which, if it was not a mistake, that was beautifully played.
Okay.
Because it did actually look like she missed grabbing her.
Yeah.
So if it was not a mistake, and my whole thing is, I have issue with not so much the Rumble, but where's the payoff the day after with the Raquel and Liv Morgan thing?
They didn't. Oh well, that was the whole thing. She previously. Funny enough, I also said to them like, why is Raquel in the Rumble when the Raw before she was already guaranteed a women's world heavyweight title shot?
Because the whole Judgment Day has to be in there for it to make sense.
Sure.
Even though the Judgment Day's about to die.
But that was just like, it's like just like the fallback, like just in case I lose this Rumble, I just have this already guaranteed title shot the next week.
I would have loved to seen no joke. I think Raquel's been working better as of late.
I wouldn't be opposed to putting her in like a main event picture. I've put that in that.
I wouldn't have been upset if she had won the title on.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you set up the whole Liv turning on Raquel and that being a match at Mania. That's a good. Once again, WWE. My name's David Dykstra. That's Nick Johnston. Literally, we can come in and join creative and show you guys how to properly book things.
And then, like you said, Liv immediately the next day on Raw just challenges Vicaire for the title.
Once again, the payoffs for the challenges. There's no build up.
Yeah.
No build up whatsoever. Not even a tease. Oh, that's who I'm going for.
I would have been maybe okay if it was like one and then maybe a week or two and then if Roman did it, yeah. But just right away both the same Raw, And technically, one announcement was basically the main event. So, I mean, good promo, but yeah.
I'll sit here and say, I don't. There were a lot of things I think that were set up in the Rumble for Mania. I think it's gonna be Natty versus
Becky
for that.
That was also one of my bigger just complaints overall from both Rumbles was besides, besides the winner essentially going out and creating the challenge, we're kind of quickly jumping into the men's Rumble, but El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano, there's not a lot of storylines that were built up.
It's going to get paid off at Mania, or Triple A Mania.
There's not a lot of storylines that were built up that were built up for Mania that are usually done in the Royal Rumble, where there's like one of those LA. If it were to happen, like LA Knight dumps over Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes is staring at LA Knight, and you're like, oh, that's really interesting that they went to that. They cut to that really quick. There was nothing like that where there was like, Oba and Brock, which again, just don't need Brock. We don't need Brock 44 times. Again, the Bella Twins for a tag title shot.
That's gonna happen.
I say that like I know it's gonna, and then exactly they announced it on Raw the next day. But again, it's just like we don't need that. Rhea Ripley does not need to waste her time with the Bellas,
quote unquote, and this is how it's gonna come out. Quote unquote, you know how they love to use this term. It's box office. Is it though?
No.
Would you rather see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky have a banger match against anybody else who can keep up? And I'm not even sure Brie, as good as I think Brie is, I don't know if Brie can keep up with this new generation.
If you're being completely honest with me, and it's going to sound awful, and I don't care. Eliminate the entire women's Rumble and give me the 6 women that are actually worth a shit, and give me an elimination match, which is going to be the women's elimination chamber, yeah. But let's just skip this. Give me Rhea and Charlotte and Alexa and
I'd throw Lash in there at this point.
I
know you don't want to.
Yet. No, not just yet. I think she can get there. Not just yet, though.
But so we already know who Liv's going after. If you've got the belt on somebody who has less talent than Lash Legend, why not? I'm not saying she wins it, but at least you're putting her in there.
Oh, if we're doing Jade versus Lash Legend. I mean, if there was ever a bathroom match. I'm so sorry, but Jesus almighty. I would never. That is just awful to even think about. Again, just give me the 8 women that are actually worth a shit. Putting on a marquee. Give me Jordan Grace in this match and put a. Again, it's just the same match all in one, but it's all the same.
Would you put Roxanne in that match?
You could, but it would be like the underdog type storyline for her.
How about Valkyrie?
No, I don't think she's getting out of the mid card.
Okay, that's fair.
That just ain't
that's
happening.
Fair. To me, she could be that star.
Nah.
But there's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, could she find that same, strike the same oil as like Becky Lynch did, but like the man gimmick? Like maybe she gets popped for real and like starts off some badass chick gimmick. Yeah, sure. But as this bird girl gimmick, I just don't get it.
Quote the Raven.
Yeah, where like it's kind of like it's always that weird, awkward energy between Bayley and her, where it's like, oh, they're friends today, and then like they make like a weird comment. I don't know.
By the way, can I just say this?
Sure.
Once Natalya decides to take that next step in her career, guess who the next Natalya is? It's Bayley.
Yeah, that's
Bayley is going to. Once again, though, Bayley's that person that doesn't have a horrible match.
Yeah.
Because she's that
good
of a worker.
She does not. The final thing I'll say for just in terms of the Women's Rumble, MVPs and about a couple of not missed spots, but spots that maybe scratch my head or eliminations that attempts that were just lacking logic.
You're gonna bury my girl, aren't you?
Sol Ruka doing the Soul Snatcher on the apron. Just, I know, I get it. Brand new to the business. It's not a cool move. It makes no sense at all.
Finisher in WWE.
It's like if I was ever the opponent, I would do the Samoa Joe thing every time. Anytime anyone's doing any sort of jumping backward at me, I would just be like, "What are you doing? Get out of my way!" Like, it makes no sense.
I get where you're coming from, but name a finisher that makes sense.
The chokes, a power bomb, a choke slam, a body slam, a sidewalk slam. I'm still going. Hold on, I'm still going. A swanton, an RKO, an actual cutter, not a cutter off the top of the ropes. Any submission.
let me bring.
Go ahead.
Some of the greatest quote unquote finishers of all time make no damn sense whatsoever.
Okay, your turn.
Hogan's leg drop.
What do you mean it makes no sense? It's just a leg drop.
But how's that a finisher?
It's not a finisher.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but they built it that way.
Dwayne's people's elbow.
That's a signature. When you play in the video game, the signature is the people's elbow. The rock bottom is his finisher.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
If we're going off video game logic,
once again, rock bottom doesn't really make sense.
It's just like a big choke slam.
Okay, so I'll put one out there that people might have. Rhea Ripley's finisher.
Riptide.
Becky
Lynch says it hurts, so she's like, I don't know if she put it like it hurts, but she's like, I don't look forward to taking the Riptide.
Yeah, it's a hard bump.
Yeah.
1, 2, who's innately gonna just let you grab their hand between their legs? Yeah. There are finishers out there that don't make sense, that look good.
Hers is the most preposterous.
I don't think so.
It's fine, yeah. It looks neat. It's neato. It's fun.
You of all people should be cheering for that Soul Snatcher more than anybody.
I cheer for the W next to her name. I don't care how she gets it done. I don't care if she needs to get her hands dirty.
Explain again why you want that.
I pulled that numbered on card auto, baby. So that'll be up on eBay as soon as I see the prices fit. As soon as she gets that world title at WrestleMania.
Gets that world title. I just got like $300 for this card.
More. We're going more. We're going to that.
No
that
offense, but for a female wrestler,
you'd be surprised actually.
Okay.
Actually, the card community, when it comes to that, Becky Lynch stuff moves pretty well.
Becky's a different animal.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Soul's got to become a different animal.
It's on the up. She's on the up and up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. How about Io Sky's leg submission when Lash Legend is just holding off of the?
No, I agree with you there. That made no sense whatsoever.
Sense at all. We got a couple other of those, but they're in the men's side. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
Yeah, the Io Sky trying to do the leg lock.
But to kind of end almost like a somewhat positive compliment sandwich. Who are your women's Rumble MVPs? I do have Lash Legend in there for the sense of made an impact of like, oh, who's like, if you were already not aware, like, oh, who's this? She dumped Becky Lynch.
She makes big girls look small.
Yeah.
Like you saw the interaction between her and Rhea, and I was like, Rhea doesn't look small. She looks small.
Yeah.
When she's face to face with Lash Legend.
Exactly.
It's the Drew McIntyre effect. Because I never realized Drew was as big as he was until he got into the ring with Lesnar. I went, oh, damn, he's bigger than Lesnar.
Yeah. And almost the way, it's kind of like Claudio, too. You forget, like, he's 6'5". Like, he's a big boy, and he throws everyone around like it's nothing. I of course, like I said, not the best spot. However, I will say Sol Ruka had a very impressive showing. I'll have to go back and see Kiana James a little bit more.
Kiana James was impressive to me.
But maybe it's because she didn't last all the way towards the end. She had a very early, long time in the match, but just probably got dumped.
She was
decently early.
Mid-teens to early 20s.
Yeah, she came out. She came out third. And she was in there for about almost half an hour.
Yeah,
and she
so
got eliminated by Raquel, who I think also had a really good showing, eliminating Rhea Ripley. Still working big.
Why they haven't done Ripley and Raquel yet?
They probably will. I think that could work.
It's a banger of a match. It happened in NXT, and it was nasty.
And then, of course, I will, again, being that she won the thing, Liv will have to be in there as well. Again, the big one for sure, just what you had mentioned was just like the Liv dumping Raquel and not like the, oh, sorry. Like, she just was straight up laughing.
Yeah.
Just straight up laughing like a
Straight
psychotic
up
person.
laughing.
Which is like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's nice. That's a change of pace. So, any other to add from, at least from your end,
From
MVP
the
wise?
women's, not really. Like, Brie looked solid. I'll give Brie her flowers for being gone for what, 3 years, maybe more.
Yeah,
now?
it's been a minute.
Her coming out there, she looked like she had full control of what was going on. The kicks looked phenomenal, and I don't know what we call those kicks because they couldn't call them what they wanted to.
Yeah, that was good.
Michael Cole is really, as much as you don't like him, Michael Cole's done some really funny stuff over the last year.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh.
I'm sure he's probably looked at Pat McAfee's writing team. He's like, hey, can toss me a couple of those guys.
Which, another thing I'll bring up, a little surprised that Pat's not back yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, football season's coming almost towards the end, so.
You think they're waiting until the Super Bowl's over and then they're gonna?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because I mean, I can only
fair
assume
statement.
that
Yeah,
like
he's in.
yeah, he's been in California this whole time, and the week before that, you're like probably for him logically like, do I risk potentially getting held up in Saudi Arabia to miss the Super Bowl? Nah, I'm good.
Did you see his interview with Cooper DeJean?
I did not. I saw him with Jamar Chase.
They asked him a specific question and he did not answer it.
Good boy. Good Cooper. Atta boy. Smart young man. Well, there you have it, folks. No real surprises in here in terms of, entrances besides Brie Bella.
I mean, some of the NXT choices were a little surprising.
Kalani Jordan, JC Jane, Sol Ruka, of course, and then Lola Vice. Those were the four NXT.
Jordan was my surprise, where I was like, really? JC Jane, I get. She's the women's champ. Sol is over everywhere. And what was no, not Kiana. Who was the other one?
JC Jane, Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, and Lola Vice.
Vice. I knew they wanted to get Vice in there just to get her noticed because she is super popular.
Was in there for a good time, not a long time, only just under 5 minutes.
Did you enjoy Nia doing the little hip thing after she popped Lola in the face?
That was great.
Yeah, I figured you would.
Should have been me. Okay, so we're good on the women's rumble.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Liv again, challenging Stephanie Vaquer immediately after. So again, solid. So I think that's gonna be good. Leaving again the question mark for Elimination Chamber of what to do with Jade. We'll see when that time comes. But before we can get to that, we have Gunther and AJ Styles in AJ Styles' apparent retirement match, which felt the farthest thing from it. If we're really going to sit here dissect the match, I mean, when you don't really see a ton of, again, it's kind of maybe telling. You don't see a ton of highlights on the social medias. It probably wasn't all that good, and it really wasn't.
I think from AJ's side of it, it was very well done. I think you and I had this discussion about the sleeper. Like, how many times are you gonna slap that on or attempt to slap it on, with there being a reversal or it finally being done?
Yeah,
maybe overdone a little bit, or a lot, and I know you feel it was a lot. I
It
feel
was-
like it was
It was overkill for sure.
maybe one or too many times.
Yeah.
Not
Would you have, Andrew? Yeah, the sleeper has kind of been this. Yeah.
power bomb.
The power bomb. Yeah, the
splash,
power bomb into like the roll up basically.
The gorilla
Yeah.
drop kick into the corner, going into the splash, into the power bomb is typically it. And then if they kick out, he turns that right into the rear naked choke.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
sleeper hold.
That's kind of basically been the nuts and bolts of it. Where again, just maybe old school, but it doesn't really feel the same way when someone passes out and like the heel wins. It's flat fart right at the end of a match. There's just too many.
Although I respect the finish, wherein AJ goes, "Well, I didn't tap out."
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, it was just this again. What is the sleeper hold? The sleeper hold is the movie you put on when it's in between commercials. Like, that's
But I will say this: it might give me a heel that's been this heated in the WWE in the past 5 to 10 years.
Hated, like truly go home hated,
Where there weren't people cheering for him at all.
Oh, Ciampa. When Ciampa and Gargano were having their feud in NXT.
Okay, that's fair, but that was
If we're talking main roster, it'd be a minute. It'd be a long, long time.
This dude has like legitimate heat that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. And to show how much of a true professional wrestler Gunther is, he does not pay compliments in interviews.
Yeah.
At all.
I liked. I did see the post interview with the bald guy, Sam. I don't know.
Yeah, Rosenberg.
Yeah, him and he has another co-host that I don't know her name, but he got her pretty upset. He goes, "If you something about this, like if you don't believe this, you should be on the other side of the barricade. I don't think you should be like over here. You should be with the fans." And she was like, you can immediately tell she was pissed.
But once again, like they're leaning into the heat.
Yeah.
And Gunther's leaning into the heat and is okay with that and completely and utterly destroyed. By the way, screw you for taking Brody Lee's move against Dragon Lee and throwing him over the top rope and choking him out.
Brody King.
No, yeah, he took Brody King's move to do on Dragon Lee.
Yeah. And then nice for Brody King to take it right back the day after, basically with MJF. So I like that.
But once again, it's let's call it what it is. He's building that bully mentality.
He is. I can accept. I do agree that AJ obviously looked like he's always gonna be there, be locked in, and being a part of it. I don't really feel as though Gunther was all there.
Wasn't his best match.
No, it
by
wasn't his
any
best
means.
showing.
But at the same time, it's Gunther being Gunther and not being flashy.
And that's where the main focus of what I want to point out towards the end is, did he know before that AJ Styles was going to do that whole, I'm going to take the gloves off. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't retiring. Get the hell out of here.
Do you think that was him going, I'm not retiring? Or is that
and that's
him?
the thing. I don't know if he's pulling a shoot, or if they just said, like, I'm just going to do that afterward no matter what. And they were going to kind of be like, I was just kidding. I was just clowning.
Jinx. Psych!
Yeah. Yeah. Permission to psych.
We'll see. Time will only tell if he decides to go to AEW.
God, what a waste of time that would be.
Or show up in a mask like the Dusty Rhodes did back in the day after he had to retire, and be like,
and I will never retire.
My name's Phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. My name is just Phenomenal One. Like that's why you got the trademark for
Masked
it.
wrestler shows
Yeah.
up in AAA.
It's P1. P1. Oh my God. Late from Atlanta. It's P1. Unbelievable.
Or Hogan is Mr.
Yeah.
America.
Okay, so let's say this truly was. That's it. That was a retirement. Not only did it not feel that way, no celebration, no heels,
No day after.
no heels coming out that very moment to like put him on the shoulders to thank you. Not even like anybody like give him a big hug. Nothing. Nobody. Like that's it. Thank you, Styles.
Shane Helms had a moment with him in the cargo container, but other than that, it really wasn't.
And that moment will stay in that cargo container.
Helms and Woods were the two that I saw after the match when they showed the behind the scenes stuff that kind of, Woods. I didn't realize they're both big time gamers, so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But Woods said thank you for everything that you've done. So once again, if he shows up in AEW, please, yes.
Well,
thank
that's
you.
good. I mean, that makes sense because obviously their days back in TNA as well when he was Consequences Creed. So, still love that. It's still one of the best. But yeah,
Rocky.
I mean, again, I'll be the one again. Now, I was not impressed. I did not think that was a good final match for Styles. If that truly was his final match.
Listen, at the end of the freaking day, and I'll be very blunt when I say this, both Cena and AJ should have walked the fuck away after their match at Crown Jewel in Perth. Legit.
Yeah.
You weren't getting any better, any more hype than that moment right there.
You, you think for WrestleMania, instead of just like booking another match, would it be more acceptable for Triple H to just pull out like an old TV, like a substitute teacher would be like, we're just going to play back some of the old good matches that I've had and we've done. And you're like, all right, 50,000 people here. All right, you guys ready? And
Lord
click
knows,
and go.
Lord knows if he gets back in that ring, that heart's going to go.
Yeah. So there you have it. That was Gunther defeating Styles and Styles retiring for now with that glove tease. Quickly into the WWE Undisputed title. Drew McIntyre retaining against Sami Zayn. And the only thing lingering for me, truly, and like I said, honestly, a good showing. I liked that just Sammy, just no matter what, at the end of the day, he might be one of the best sellers on the planet. You can always sympathize with him. He gets kicked in the head, and it looks like he got just hit by a car.
Destroyed,
Yeah. So you're just like, oh no, why no? So every time Sammy just is doing that, you can, like I said, it looks fantastic. And Drew looked dominant and just looked like a good champion walking around. Like, all right, he's clear as day. There was no like comedic like, oh, ha ha he. He's always he's always fumbling at the big time. But no, it looked pretty good. But again, with McIntyre winning, Sami Zayn losing, the question has to be just, will Sami Zayn ever win the big one? And at the end of the day, is it really worth it for him to win at this point? Did they miss the point? Did they miss the opportunity?
They missed the opportunity. They missed the opportunity by having him take on Drew. Once again, let it be, and we're about to get into the men's Royal Rumble. Yeah. Let it be what it was. But he should have never been fighting for the title at Royal Rumble if you wanted it to pay off. Ever.
Should have been in the Rumble.
He should have been in the Rumble. Early number.
Yeah.
Early number. In
7,
the single digits, yeah. And gets it all the way to the end and wins.
Yeah.
The payoff is now he faces Drew at WrestleMania in the main event, and he wins. That's your payoff for Sammy. Now, everything that I'm reading now is the plan is, unless there's a Zaynamaniacs movement, for it to be a triple threat between McIntyre, Fatu, and Rhodes. Which, for me at least, McIntyre should probably come home with that belt.
Yeah. I
think Jacob needs probably just one more year
to
truly put himself in that main event kind of caliber thing. And I needed Cody heel turn at this point. I just do. It's enough of the mushy blah blah.
I'll take things I said in 2018 and for AEW. Yes, please. For 1,000.
And by the way, if you're gonna do the heel turn, Cody, dye your hair back to its original color.
Things I said in 2018 for 2,000 there.
But at the end of the day, I have to wonder, after reading, the dirt sheets and everything, if he's ever going to get this payoff.
Yeah.
He's been a loyal employee. You've already put it on his best friend, which, don't get it twisted. I think Kevin Owens is a different monster than what Sammy is.
Correct.
But at the same time, I think Sammy's in-ring might be a little better than Kevin's.
Yeah. We've said this before about a couple different people, but it very much resonates the most with Zayn of, the chase for it is always going to be more exciting than him actually getting the prize.
What does everybody like about Cody? It's chasing.
Yeah.
The chase.
The
Cody.
boy trying to get his childhood dreams accomplished. That's always the fight that always happens with him. Would the legacy be tainted almost with Zayn if he were to win the title? Yeah, have that big pop, have that big moment, but then only have the title for like 3 months.
I truly see when they put it on Sammy, it's going to be a Kofi run. 6 months.
And then it ends in a 30-second Brock Lesnar 5-5.
I don't think it ends in a 30-second. I mean, the way they're promoting Oba right now.
I know. That's exactly what could happen.
Yikes. But once again, all these things. To me, if I was booking Mania right now, okay, you have Sammy come out tonight completely dejected, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then he fights his way into the Elimination Chamber. Has to go through, I don't know,
a gauntlet of people.
A gauntlet of people to be able to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. He qualifies for the Elimination Chamber, but he's one of the first dudes to be in the Elimination Chamber, if not the first guy to be wrestling in the Elimination Chamber. Somehow comes out of that with a win, and then you get the payoff at WrestleMania with Drew. I think this is the time to do the payoff because, like you said, people are getting tired of Sammy lost again.
Yeah, he was that close. Dadgummit. Better luck next time. And you can, almost like, did not Shawn Michaels do basically that same thing where he came in, he was like the first or second person.
In the Rumble.
Went in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, in the Elimination Chamber.
In the Chamber, basically eliminates all the big names. I think... No, he won the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's not get that twisted.
I'm trying to remember because he was in two.
That was a change during the match.
Oh yeah.
He was not supposed to win that coming back from the injury that he did.
I don't remember.
No, that's the one where RVD came off the top rope and crushed Triple H's larynx, and they had to switch it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Mid-match, Shawn was never supposed to have the world title then. Never.
Gotcha. Okay, well that changes a little bit of that then. Okay, but still, it could be that same build of he's number one, he beats the guy at number two. He has to wait for the next person to come out of the pod. They battle. The next person comes out. Then he beats both of them, and then the last person comes out type deal. So I don't know. We can see. We'll see how they build off Sammy.
The storyline for Sammy's going to be very interesting. I would not be shocked if he comes out tonight and says he needs to take some time.
Yeah,
and go away for a
as
while.
A backstage segment, yeah.
And you just see him. I'm also intrigued by, while I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of New Japan kind of stuff going on backstage at SmackDown. And I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, Evil's coming. Right?
I've heard Evil's on his way to WWE, but the interactions between Shinsuke and Tama have been, I'm like, is there a payoff? Please let there be a payoff.
We can only hope. Well, I'll tell you something that for sure didn't pay off.
Well, because everybody was rumoring before Rumble that AJ might get over against Gunther and then comes to WWE, and it's all the old leaders.
Yeah.
Evil, Shinsuke would join just because it's that thing. AJ, Finn, all those guys come together and form a new Bullet Club, which you're just not going to recapture that magic. It was like it's like the NWO coming back in WWE. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm going to have to backtrack really quick because I don't think I'll fall back into Gunther really quick. Not in the Gunther styles, but the comparison I've been seeing online a lot lately is, this Gunther Legend Killer run versus Randy's Legend Killer run. Okay. Maybe a little revisionist history in the sense of, Randy Orton was taking out legends, yes, but they were
old.
Old. 60 years old.
Old.
Like, yeah, he probably Sergeant Slaughter's last singles match, Roddy Piper,
Really old.
or Ivan Koloff probably. I don't know.
They were old.
I can't remember. Paul Orndorff probably.
The only one that had any kind of gusto to him from that Legends group was Steamboat.
Oh yeah, Steamboat, and then even then he had more of a thing with Jericho towards the end too. So, yeah. So I just want to maybe a little bit of revisionist history of someone going back, and then again when you look through that Legends Killer run, the best matches, the best feuds he had, Randy ended up losing them. Like his feud with the Undertaker, like. It was great. It was fantastic, but I'm pretty sure Taker took the best of that. So
he lost at May.
Yeah.
Here, and at the end of the day, people, you don't trademark something if it's not going to be something for a while. Career killer is going to kill. I want to say maybe at least 2 more careers of guys.
Yeah, the
that
Bellas, look out.
Which would be hilarious. That would be great. No,
I did see that someone was putting up like that. They put the red X through AJ, they put the red X through Goldberg, they put the red X through John Cena, and then he's holding a small little note. It's the Bella Twins faces on it. I'm like,
well,
no.
there has to be. Everything that I've heard, SummerSlam, it's Lesnar, which Gunther, just don't piss Lesnar off to where Lesnar goes into business for himself.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
And then let's bring it up now. This has to be leading towards Legend Killer versus Career Killer.
Oh, Randy versus Gunther, yeah.
And with the issues that Randy has with his back, I'm wondering if he's kind of starting to go, all right, I'm coming to the still performing well. Don't get just like AJ.
Yeah, I mean the signs are showing because he gets that 29, makes a big impact, but isn't in there very very long. He has a big spot with Javon Evans, but yeah, I mean let's dive on in. Men's Rumble. No surprises, literally. Roman Reigns gets the dub.
I mean, the only real big surprise of that whole Rumble was that Oba was one.
Yeah.
Oba was one, and everybody went, oh, okay. And then you had the surprise of the masked man coming out and taking care of Braun Breaker.
He did his "we make holes in the teeth" like walk all the way down to the ring. That was something. We don't need. You got my text immediately. More masked men. Fantastic.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah. Can't wait for that to be the payoff. Or, obviously there was the mannerisms of Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman screaming, "It's Seth Rollins! It's Seth Rollins!" So
Paul is doing such good work right now that was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you wanted to be a payoff, like a legit payoff, for F's sake, have it be Adam Pearce. I'm being dead serious when I say that too.
You're not wrong. A lot of people have been suggesting that.
Why wouldn't you? All these issues that are going back and forth.
And that's been the thing where everyone's online is just like, or not, I keep saying online, but just that's really how everyone communicates really anymore. But everyone is just like, yeah, like what's the Vision's big beef right now? Would just hit them and Adam Pearce, and that would make the most sense if Adam Pearce.
Why not have it be Adam Pearce?
So yeah, and again, for those that might not know, he in the ring. Actually,
Really good.
Very good at the NWA World Heavyweight title for a pretty good chunk of his career. Like he's pretty. Him and Nick Aldis used to go back and forth. So,
Although
yeah.
I did hear people poo-pooing because he was the producer on the Gunther match.
Yeah, that's where I was like, yeah, not very good. Not a good showing. Not a good showing. But again, just the big takeaways was obviously right away. Yes, Obafemi coming in and then Braun Breaker, and then you're sitting there like, all right, this is gonna be awesome. Big men slapping meat right away. Nope.
May have gotten a little semi.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I was not a fan of it. Again, so I'll mix it up. Let's say that still happens. The Masked Man pops up. Let's do it a little bit later in the match when Braun Breaker, and then you still get a couple spots, and he's actually still makes it worth it.
Breaker, let's just do this. Breaker and Oba clear out the first 10.
Sure, yeah.
Together.
Which Oba basically did. He had 5 straight eliminations, and then you didn't see him after.
And then you get a scenario where Breaker is teetering on that top rope, midsection wise, and then you have that guy come out, run up on the apron, stomp, boop, falls out.
That only probably didn't happen because that kind of did happen with McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, but minus a mask. You got to see who the culprit was, which, again, 3 stages of hell, last time I checked, usually ends a feud, but not in this new era.
Not when Cody's involved.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Okay, Meltzer.
Hit or miss right now, but okay.
Okay, well,
Their next
If
their
they're-
next
yeah,
trip to
if-
Saudi.
Braun Breaker apparently from Meltzer was supposed to be the winner, and if you didn't hear that off the mic, that would be a very vicious to the point where like, hey, you're gonna win, psych, you're only gonna get about 10 seconds in this matchup, Bubba. Yeah,
Somebody else had that happen to them. Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember for the life of me.
I don't know.
Somebody else was being touted as like, you're gonna win, and it was a female.
Bailey, I think, right? Or not maybe she was gonna win, but that did happen last second where she was supposed to have the Mania match, and literally the day before she's like, "You're not gonna have a Mania match."
Yeah.
And then
They've been doing that a little bit too much.
If the payoff of who the man is under the mask, and if it really adds to this Vision storyline,
it's gonna be Seth.
then have it. Then that's fine. I don't have a good feeling that it will end that way, and it'll just be another missed opportunity. We will see. So there you go. And yes, just for insight, if you were gambling on the Rumble at home like I was, I pulled number 2, and it was very upset when Braun Breaker was eliminated right away. I was pumped. I'm like, oh, cool, Braun at 2. Maybe he'll be okay. Cool. Maybe my odds will be pretty good. Yeah, I got a guy at Final 4. Nope, not even close.
How pissed would you have been if you had the number that Miz came out?
Oh, I would have been so upset. But I did have the best number. I had 26. I had Roman Reigns pop out, so that's why I shout out to him on me 40 schmackaroos.
and once again, like everybody's like, I thought this was his 3rd that he had won.
No, it was
and
only
I went,
second.
you're really gonna put him in the same kind of breath as Stone Cold?
Well, they were already thinking they were going to with Cody Rhodes. It would have been his 3rd.
No.
If they wanted to.
No. No one's won 3 in a row.
Yes.
Ever.
Well, he wouldn't have.
Nor should they.
He wouldn't have because they had Jay last year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know. Very forgetful, right?
I did forget J1 last year. Yikes.
The WWE's hoping you forget that.
By the way,
There's
might have been my favorite moment of the entire Raw. Not gonna lie.
Oh,
Roman doing the little, and then he goes to do it, and Roman just straight up bitch slapped him.
Yeah.
Might have been my favorite moment.
in the Rumble, yeah. But then they still do a move together later. They still double team. They're family. They forget.
Family.
They forget.
You
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
So quick to forgive in that family. But yeah, another kind of thing where again it was just there's bad timing in the eliminations, and I felt bad timing in pairings of who should have been with who.
Well, anybody who had an interaction with Brock Lesnar can get screwed.
And apparently Brock kind of felt the same because he's like,
he was in there. He was in there for himself and himself.
He's like, Dragunov, your chops? Nah, not today, son. I don't feel like taking those.
But yet you had a handprint on your chest for the rest of the match.
But
and you're not gonna sell it.
He was also like, no selling Oba. I felt was kind of weird. Wasn't taking Elijah's chops.
He was in work for himself,
and
it was absolutely clear.
I mean, apparently, what also one pointed out to me too that like his suplexes. If you especially look at the suplex on Cody, like can you bridge up just the tiniest bit and make sure he doesn't land on his shoulders and neck? Like, please.
Well, the one on Cody was not completely Brock's fault.
Okay, fair enough.
Cody tried to hold on to the rope, and I think
he was trying to because again it was getting a little hectic. Apparently, like Logan was like right under him. He didn't want to land on him.
Yeah, exactly. I get why he did it, but like
he's getting reckless. He's getting reckless out there. So you gotta
what
pull
Brock
it back.
Lesnar reckless? Never.
I know it's unheard of.
Yeah, and I've heard Brock's coming after people that talk crap about him on shows. I dare you
to come over here. Relax.
I dare you to talk about us. I dare you.
Yeah, and again, continuing with bad timing or just with Brock in general, just him getting dumped during Jay's entrance
and it not being shown.
If it was, just the tail end of it was shown. Like you didn't see, it was
good times.
Cody and LA Knight dumping out Brock, which also two of the three that got the biggest pop besides Brie, LA Knight and Cody Rhodes.
Tell everybody what you texted. Tell everybody what you texted when LA Knight came out.
Obviously, I don't think I was ahead of you guys in terms of like our streaming and whatnot. We were all I think we're all on the same thing time wise.
Close.
Actually, no, I was actually behind. We had paused because we were waiting on a couple buddies, so we paused. We were like 20 minutes behind, and we kind of caught up later on. But
because of the stupid ass commercials.
Yeah, we were able to catch up. But yeah, as soon as LA Knight comes out, I text to our group. I'm like, yep, that humongous pop. But boy, oh boy, are they going to be disappointed when he gets dumped out in like. He's not going to make the end. And sure enough, who was the very next person? Brock Lesnar. Doesn't end up eliminating him, obviously. It's the other way around. But still, just like, yeah. No, just don't get too hyped. Again, it's just like, what? It has to be just like, I hate. They feed off of, like, there's just like a thing that collects underneath the chairs of fans, like all the disappointment, and then Triple H and Bruce Pritchard just get to drink it. Like, oh my God, hear the tears of all the children that couldn't see LA Knight win. I just need that for my pacemaker. I don't get it. Just let the man win. Can we just be happy? Can we walk away from a pay-per-view and not have a sour taste in our mouth one time?
Once again, I think it goes back to his Intercontinental run. It was not good.
I suppose so. But you just still can't deny that the people are still behind him.
People are more behind Sammy, and look what's happened to Sammy.
I know, it's I guess so.
Would a Sammy
reverse psychology?
Would a Sammy heel turn be the worst thing in the world right now, though?
I mean, no, and it can make sense. Like I said, it could just be like, I've been beaten down so long. Like I just, again, that whole thing I
gives
do,
him
like
a new edge.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've been beaten down so long, I turned into the villain type deal. Like, just anything, something. God, why do I gotta keep coming up with this shit?
It's a great question.
Yeah, give me that Netflix money. Yeah.
Oh, I've already got my predictions for Money in the Bank. Already. Speaking of people that got eliminated too effing quick.
Sure, go ahead.
Chelsea Green. Let that girl cook a little.
Yeah.
And her with that money. I will riot if she does not win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, it'd be a tough one.
Legit.
That'd be a tough one.
Legit riot.
But yeah, just looking kind of throughout again, like that the whole timing thing of like, okay, you're gonna have Laparca. You had a lot of these, you had a lot of the AAA guys come out to no pop at all, to just kind of tell you not that these guys aren't popular, it's just they've missed the demographic,
well,
and that could be a sign of, again, like clearly the Saudi Arabia crowd isn't into Lucha Libre down in Mexico.
No, they want 90s and early 2000 stars.
Yeah, and then that's
obvious.
And that's where my counter is, of course, of like, can we just stop? I know they're not going to, because $50 million is really nice to just pay for the show and have it be there, but can we just get these big, humongous shows into places that, like, you know, the crowd's going to react? Like, hey, can we have the crowd react when Royce Keys and Cody Rhodes interact? Wow, can we get it? I don't need it, but like, can we just the slightest inkling of an AEW chant? Like, that was not going to happen.
Or the face-off between Oba and Brock.
Completely missed that boat.
Can I bring up another one that pissed me off?
Go ahead. Yeah.
You have Rey Fenix have a banger of a match with Carmelo the day before, and he's in there, what, 5 minutes, if that?
Yeah, no, not even a minute 30.
Minute 30?
I would say even less, but I didn't have my stopwatch.
What the hell?
Yeah, again, going back into the logical things. When I'm entering a Royal Rumble, the first thing I want to do is jump up on the apron, springboard into the biggest guy's arms, and then have him thrash me around, give me an F5, and then throw me out of the ring. That's what that's my road to WrestleMania, if you're asking me.
It's not. It wasn't Santino bad, but it was bad.
I would have rather had a bushwhacker entrance where he just does that all the way, then just gets thrown over, and then he just walks right on out. Just like, all right, cool, thanks for coming out.
Even they've been building Penta up, and that there was no payoff with Penta.
Oh, how about 30 seconds for what did Rusev do? Who is Rusev pissed off? He has done nothing.
Grass is not greener on the other side. Here's the big problem.
Sure.
He doesn't have his eye candy to make him popular anymore.
Ooh, yeah. That could be the case. That could be the case for sure. But yeah, again, in terms of timing it out, like, if you're going to have all these AAA Lucha Libre guys in there, maybe have them closer together. Again, if you're going to have El Grande Americano in the original one.
No one even knew. The one that made me sad was the fact that no one popped for Mr. Iguana.
Exactly. People were actively booing. I don't know if you knew that too.
And
because they don't want to see that cartoon stuff there. They, like I said, it gets over here and it gets over in Mexico, but they don't care.
It didn't work in the Rumble.
They don't know who he is. They just see a green blob come out. They don't know who that is.
Although all credit to Damian Priest, that choke slam on the Iguana was pretty nice.
That was good. Yeah, it was a tough, just brutal.
Roman Reigns wins. Okay. The payoff is the next day where Roman probably does the best promo of his entire career.
Yeah.
Against Punk.
Yeah.
And like brings up stuff that no one's been allowed to talk about since Punk's been back.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to Punk for being like, bring it. I don't care.
Yeah, that was good. Laying down the Zebros, mentioning that.
Some stupid shit like the Zebros.
Yeah.
My favorite was the "You made my life living hell" going on your friend's podcast and talking shit. Now, oh, okay, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, they mentioned a little Colt Cabana.
Colt's like, publicity.
Yeah. Come buy my pro wrestling tee stuff. come on live with on whatever the site is. Let's see. Again, kind of almost to wrap it up here. MVPs in your eyes from this Rumble. I'll throw Javon in there. He had a very nice showing. He had a decent little exit on the way out. Obviously that which I have Orton is an honorable mention for said reason. That was a decent little spot to get him out.
That's the spot that they should have hit in the match that they had in NXT.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I think that was them going, watch, we can do this kind of thing.
Oba coming out. I think Oba had a pretty nice showing. Obviously, having those 5 big straight eliminations to get it going. Didn't really have anything afterward, but the big thing was let's have a stare down. Let's have that moment with Brock Lesnar, all for it to be interrupted by the Miz, but it happened.
I'll give, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Logan Paul.
Oh, okay, interesting. Why Logan Paul?
Was in there a significant amount of time, and once again was in the Final Four.
Oh, fair enough. Okay,
I believe 2 years in a row that he's been in the Final Four of the Rumble.
Yeah. Logan Paul in there for 25 minutes, not too bad. Again, one of those things where you're like, yeah, exactly. If they had a long time, if they were in there for more than 20 minutes or so, that's kind of the inkling of the showing of like, all right, they're gonna put some back to these guys. Like I said, Oba's in there for almost 40 minutes.
That's my choice for Money in the Bank.
Oba?
No, Logan.
Oh, Logan. Okay, yeah, that
what
could
would
make sense.
What would make fans go more than Logan having that Money in the Bank briefcase?
Just because we haven't been able to get to it, what do you feel on the back and forth of just Royce Keys, the changing of the name, the presentation of even showing Powerhouse Hobbs on the screen, having it up there for like 2 seconds, and then the Royce Keys is such a powerful, more better name that it crushes Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know if it was trying to be some sort of some sort of actual sign or something like that, but just what is your reaction to the name change? Do you like it? I get it. Again, we know it's a dedication. It's his son's name. It's his mother's maiden name. Fantastic. Still a lame name. Your thoughts?
A name is only what you make it. I mean, let's be very real. There have been some. It's not a horrible name, but it's not one of those that you're like, oh, okay, either. I want to see what he does. That's at the end of the day, that's what I want. I want to see how they push him. What kind of are they bringing him straight into the mid card, or are they bringing him straight in like they're bringing Oba in, where he's going to dominate some people for a little while and then get a good solid feud with somebody.
Okay, all right. Any issue? No problem with, again, no surprises. We didn't see, if any, again, one of the hottest names right now. No Kit Wilson. Joe Hendry wasn't there. I guess they were just getting him pumped and ready up for him to win the NXT Championship that following Tuesday.
Good job, Joe.
Finn Balor was not in there. No Y2J. And for a reason maybe it is for real, Aleister Black wasn't there because of his big tattoo on his back. It's like almost, devilish.
Yeah, he can't be there.
Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, Rey Mysterio. They photoshopped his cross off of his mask. I don't know if you saw that. Same deal. The religious aspect of it.
Once again, this is what you're getting paid for, to bow down. And am I wrong?
No.
Are there better people that could have won this Royal Rumble? 100%.
Yeah.
Promote the youngins, which they did within the Rumble. The young talent, and they did that with. That's what these two Rumbles were about, showing the next generation of what WWE is going to look like, and that's great. But you also could have had a newer person. Let's just throw LA Knight out there. Yeah. You could have had LA Knight have a payoff.
At the end of the day, if you're walking away from both these Rumbles, and I think the positives would definitely be, again, if you're like, okay, I want to see more from Sol Ruca. I want to see more from Lash Legend. Again, if you were maybe impressed just by what she did maybe in the ring, like, I want to see more Jordan Grace. And again, the same deal. If you walk away from the men's Rumble, you'd be like, okay, Obafemi, now on my radar. Or Javon Evans, all right, I got to see more of him. He be bouncy. And then, again, just not the best, not the most time out there, but like okay, Trick Williams. Okay, let's see where we can go with there. Because, again, I'm kind of on your side of, that was a little too quick.
Most disappointing.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I figured it'd at least make, like you said, maybe Final Six.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we don't have the same closing effort here on the Royal Rumble side. We don't have a giant drone show and fireworks show that's going to light up the night sky here. But overall, like we mentioned, our initial thoughts, obviously the Royal Fumble is what it was and turned out to be what it is. I made a pros and cons list, and there was a lot more cons than there were pros, and I try to be very, very generous as much as I can to give as many pros as I did. So we do what we can. Yeah, so there you go, folks. That's the Royal Rumble. That's the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania has begun.
Fumble Rooski.
Yeah. The road to WrestleMania has begun, folks. I did have something on the video game, but it was more just complaining because there's 4 different versions of it, and the standard version is already $70. So let's worry about that another day.
We can talk about it next time.
Yeah, just for the sake of time. So there we go. That is the Royal Rumble. We're gonna take a quick breather. We're gonna regather ourselves. We've got a little bit of AEW, a little bit of TNA to talk about, and then we'll go ahead and roll on out with our best of the week. So because no Sky's world, Sky's sure a little sick.
That's what you get when you make out with puppy dogs.
Yeah. Stop licking the turnstile at the subway. It doesn't taste like schnozberries.
But eating gum from underneath the table.
That too, yeah. Well, there we go, folks. That was the Royal Rumble. When we come back, we're going to talk a little AEW because we got some new faces, and we got to talk some TNA because there's a lot of old faces over there. More when we come back here on Back on Wrestling.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed naked clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back, everybody. No Gimmicks, Nick Johnson. Double D, David Dykstra. To my right. Back on Wrestling, BK Dub, BK Dub, BK Dub in the building. We just talked anything and everything that is Royal Rumble. So please take the time. Yeah, exactly. I think
It's exhausting talking about that flub.
Yeah. Was that talk probably just as long as the Women's Rumble? Who knows? We'll have to play it back when we do. So we'll see. I think it might have been more eventful, but we'll see. Not the Women's Rumble. Actually, like I said, the Women's Rumble, I would agree with you, definitely better than the men's.
I give the women a solid B.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun. Kept you on your toes. But there you go. We'll get back to that when we need to, if need be. However, AEW side of things, TNA side of things, and maybe just a little bit of everything else that we have. AEW has some new signings, got some new faces. Tommaso Ciampa in the building, over there. What a move!
Not just in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Already winning titles. He is the new TNT champion over there, crowned on Collision between him and Mark Briscoe. I thought it was a solid matchup. Going back to his, he's doing the pat on the back on the side of the apron. It was just a good throwback to, his ROH style stuff. And, again, a good dance partner with Mark Briscoe.
Finish was a little sloppy, but other than that.
I think so. But yeah, they went long. They went good. Again, maybe sloppy because he's just sitting there. He's like, I haven't been able to have this much freedom in a while. The chains are off. My goodness, it feels.
How long before Gargano's there?
That's already the rumor. It's kind of already setting in. It's probably not too far off before we see Johnny over there.
I'll take DIY versus Young Bucks, DIY versus Jet Speed, DIY versus FTR again.
Well, I'll also take maybe potentially getting the War Raiders over there.
That would be another.
Because if I'm the War Raiders, I am after that Obafemi stuff on Raw. I am immediately asking for my release after that. It's the Clash of Clan guys getting squashed.
And then they can truly become the War Raiders again.
Yes, exactly. The War Viking Raiders of Norway, of Clash of Clans. Yes. Yeah, but here we have it. Tommaso Ciampa, already the new champion, making some headwaves there. But not only the newest signees and additions to AEW, but the Rascals also. New additions to AEW also made their tag team debut in the same Collision. Took on the crew of what's the little guy, Leo Rush, and Andre. It's on the tip of my tongue, but again, decent little matchup. Nothing too crazy. Just overall. No Trey Miguel, because I know.
Did anybody ever come out and say why they decided not to bring Trey Miguel?
It's still over that his comments from like 8 years ago online about whatever. Some were trying to go even deeper and be like, oh, it's because he used to date MJF's current wife forever ago, and MJF put the kibosh on that and said no. I'm just sitting there like, MJF has an ego. I don't think he has that much of an ego in that way. He's very confident about himself. I don't think that.
Can I bring up a point about one of the guys that they kept then? Wentz domestically abused Kimberly.
Wentz,
he's part of the Rascals.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And had a picture come out of him with a Hitler mustache.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had.
So if you have issues with anything Miguel has done, why is Wentz still there?
I'm not for certain. I think the rumor of the girlfriend thing was denounced. I think they said that she was making that up.
I don't know if it was physical abuse
or the mental. Yeah,
I think it was more emotional and mental. So
yeah,
maybe,
there was reports of both.
I don't know. Alleged. Let's put alleged on that.
Yeah, and then like you said, the
actual picture that came out.
It's gonna sound crazy. I chalk that one up to boys will be boys. I don't think he's got any.
People make.
I don't think he's got hate in his heart like that.
But once again, though, Miguel 8 years ago made a mistake,
and that's where I'm at too. Again, where yes, just throw him into some sensitivity training. Call it a day. They've done this with a couple other people already in AEW. When Excalibur, when that throwback of him saying the N-word came about, they took him off TV. You saw a lot more Taz and Shivani, and then he was back like 4 weeks later. So it can be done. Again, I think if Warner Brothers can get over whatever they had to get over with having the Briscoes on, it can be done. I don't understand.
Yeah, that was the only thing that kind of confused me.
Yeah.
Was that whole thing, because nobody else seemed to have an issue with it. Miguel was actually on NXT, which if anybody's going to be super hyper vigilant with putting controversial people on their TV programming, it would be WWE.
Yeah.
And bad press, no.
Never heard of that. Well, yeah, again, I think that's a solid, and that's the thing. With going back to Ciampa, they're like, oh, again, TK with his brand new toy, you got to throw the title on him right away. You got to have all your former WWE guys in there. But it's also just like, what would be the flip side? Like, he loses already. You already lose all that momentum right away. All for, again, love the matchup, but we've seen it already. All again for Mark Briscoe to go up against Kyle Fletcher for the 7th time in 6 months. Like it again, I love that pairing, but I don't need it that often that quick.
Can I say this too?
Sure.
Your new entrance song, Ciampa, is banging.
Oh yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah. I mean, had I not know, when I was looking at social media and it spoiled it for me, had I watched that live, like I wouldn't have known who
Until
that Psycho Killer until it said Tommaso Ciampa. I would have been like,
you wouldn't have known
shit.
if they said Psycho Killer.
I honestly, yeah, probably not. I did not know that was his nickname beforehand.
I'd have known as soon as Psycho Killer hit.
Okay.
Actually, I probably would have known as soon as the heart went black because he was known as the Black Heart.
Okay, yeah, that was that. Yeah, that's my fault. Shame on me. What if he did come out to Psycho Killer? That would be pretty good. I wouldn't.
Psycho Killer.
Run away. There we go. Come on now. Yeah. Again, that was my. I do get a little bit of mixture of both. Of like, yes, it is kind of like what I would do when I was a kid. When I would when I come home with a brand new wrestling figure, I'm like, all right, rip them open. All right, bang! You're the Intercontinental Champion. That happened. I think that happened. That happened with my new Carlito figure. That happened with my new Sabu, and I bought a new.
Once again, you're not. In this instance, at least in my eyes, you're not putting it on a 50-year-old man.
Yes.
You're putting it on a guy who can still go. Probably still one of the best in-ring performers and workers there is out there. I mean, when Triple H comes out and says he reminds me a lot of me back in the day, that is something to say because Triple H was one of the best workers in his heyday. So
didn't want to work Tuesdays though. That's why we got JBL. You need to get 1 day off. And that was kind of the snowball effect, of what was these shocking wins throughout this week, if you want to call them maybe shocking or just kind of like, oh, that was a little less predictable than what I thought. With Ciampa winning the TNT Championship. Over on Dynamite later that week, Brody King would get the win over MJF. And then Andrade would get the win over Omega to go ahead and face Hangman eventually go into the Revolution for the title.
Thanks to Hangman, Brody got the win.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Hangman came out. MJF distracted. Brody comes behind him, does the rear naked choke, which to go from to just that by MJF, I laughed.
Yeah.
I laughed a little, and I felt bad laughing because it was too quick of a sell for me.
Okay.
Like, struggle a little bit more. But if you're going for, like, comedic, I'm kind of a pansy kind of feel to it, it was perfectly played.
Yeah.
Because for you to go out that quick was just comedically great.
It's just, maybe it was on the comedy side in some sense, but it does give you that showing of like, oh, Brody King, like it just establishing Brody he's even more. Like again, if you weren't already sold, like he doesn't deserve to be in the title picture. He just choked out the world champion.
You know why Andrade's over now though? He finally took off his pants.
Yeah, and he's hanging out in the front row with some baddies. Have you seen that?
I will give Andrade all the credit in the world now. I saw him drop trowel, and I went, I didn't realize he was that cut. I was like, okay, Andrade. Now I kind of see what Charlotte was like. Hello.
Maybe I will learn Spanish just for you. I don't know.
But once again,
y habla español.
It's good to see Andrade getting some just due.
Yes. Actually, again, yes. Building up and not just, again, when you're getting these new guys, like, all right, having them have a hot 2 weeks and then, all right, cool, toss to the side.
Well, I think
there's actually
because the next pay-per-view's in March, right?
Correct, yeah, March 15th.
So what I've heard...
Plenty of time to build.
What I've heard is that the reason Kenny got beat is because he's not going to be available because he's going to be at the Tekken 6 thing in Japan.
Yeah, that's what I've been told too, or what we were looking around and seeing. Yeah, exactly that. He's exactly what you just said. Yeah, he's double booked. Can't get him out of there. But yeah, in between there isn't necessarily a pay-per-view, but they are going to Grand Slam Australia, so like a TV pay-per-view essentially, if you were to call it that, if you can, or a TV special event. Yeah. So that'll be building up for that as well in between. Anything on the in said Brody King MJF match to start it off? Some very, very loud chants going around, and I'm not gonna hammer on them too hard or linger on it too long, but just thoughts on the anti-ice, the F-ice chants that were just bellowing off the walls in that arena.
I think honestly, it's kind of gotten to the point in this country that even people that are for illegal immigrants being taken out of this country because they are breaking the law, that certain other things need to be done to hold ICE accountable for the actions that they do. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'll just say that there were the reaction online was just that it was like, okay, maybe how can I say it? It was like I guess the more conservative side, you would have thought that the wrestling fans would have been, more MAGA-ish.
Well, it was also a T-shirt that Brody had
oh yeah, he's had that.
garnished.
Yeah, he's had the Abolish ICE T-shirt on a bunch of times. But then that was kind of the thing, like the consensus online, like you're like, oh, actually, yeah, it's not the same old thoughts as last time.
Yeah.
With this wrestling crowd, it's that the times have changed. So we'll see how that goes. Continuing on. We're still with MJF though. MJF in a little Radio Row run-in with little Seth Rollins.
Listen. It is what it is. They had a little run-in. They talked. They were probably talking business.
I would think so.
To be honest with you, my favorite part is the actual interviews MJF was doing.
Yeah, he was on there with a couple other people.
Did you know pedophilia was bad?
Yeah, yeah, that's a big no-no.
And that's how he phrased it to the Barstool guys, and I'm like,
yeah, he was on mostly sports with Brandon Walker, and Mark Titus. So
yeah,
always a good interview. Always, I like the back and forth that
not a fan of pedophiles.
Yeah, no. What I was gonna say, I'm a fan of how Brandon Walker does his wrestling interviews. Can he kind of plays it like I'm the dorky, like kind of wrestling fan that wants to get in with the wrestler and do that, but MJF obviously does his MJF stuff and just puts the kibosh on that. His last interview that I did with him, he's like, "Oh, that's awesome." He puts up his knuckles, like, "Don't touch me." So it's always just stuff like that. Oh yeah, but yeah, I think he had again just a solid week for MJF. The rumors blowing up, or not even rumors, but just the wrestling fan theories that are blowing. Oh, what could they have been talking about? I don't know. I mean, I can only think that Rollins probably brought up the Bears, and MJF was just like, I don't care about football.
Either that, or Seth just looked at him and went, "You realize when you finally decide to come to WWE how huge you're going to be."
I mean, sure, yeah. Or he's just like, hey.
He will be an instant main eventer.
Oh yeah,
instant main eventer.
He'd be the only thing that's worth
the
shit
only
over there.
Problem is he can't cut the promos that he cuts now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that takes away from who he is.
Yeah, it does. It does. But there you have it. Quickly, kind of get some ones that were really quick as well. Some quick injuries. Samoa Joe sidelined with a non-contact injury. He was actually getting injured while training. I kind of was just going to ask, does that give a little bit of like a relief since Will Hobbs kind of abruptly left to become Royce Keys, and they lost the trios titles just so quick? Is that not a blessing in disguise? Because obviously you don't want anyone getting hurt, but like I said, does it take a little bit away from it?
A little breathing room to the ops.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this to AEW: if you don't put the trios title on the Rascals quickly, I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah, it's one of those where like, yes, it's fun. Let's have Jet Speed and Hangman trio up for a little bit, but yeah, let's put it on an established trio, an actual trio right now, and get those going. On top of that, just If this was ever a time to get more basically back focused on the Hook, this would be the time to do it too. Let's get him some real steam going. I know there's a lot of other, they're even talking about getting that Cowboy Connors, that guy in there who kind of look like.
Do you know who I would like? What I would like to see, the title I'd like to see on Hook, the Ring of Honor Pure Championship.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, actually, wow, yeah.
Dykster comes in with a little bit of, hey.
And he would dominate, and you could really just make that like his just domain. Yeah, no,
have him be on AEW TV with it as well. But him as that pure, because every great professional wrestler that has been in any company has held that ROH Pure title at one point or another.
And that's where you could get, if you want to turn, right now he's heel, but if you want to turn him face, then you get that Pure title on him, and then you have almost like an open challenge, and you get those guys like the Josh Alexanders to come in there and just abruptly and just like, all right, have a great match, and then you get Hook over on Josh Alexander, and you add even more momentum to Hook. You get
Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler, again, another former Pure champion. If you want to throw Garcia back in there in that same branch. Not signed, it would be one of those like kind of maybe one-off thing, but that forgetting his first name, but Thatcher, remember the guy with the
Matt Thatcher.
Yes, get him in there for like a one-time deal.
I wouldn't even mind to seeing Hook versus Shibata. Like,
yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. There we go. And then the other one, injury-wise, was Jack Doyle. Unfortunately, just signed, formerly known as Jake something. Jake Doyle. Tore his bicep in that FTR match, and that was brutal.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see the actual for two guys in FTR that are very safe in that ring. That was just a big oops, like without a doubt. Just definitely, he's kind of holding on to the ring, and he does one of these, kind of wrenching on the arm and pulls it down. That's definitely when he does it, and he lands already on the apron. So. Yeah, it's not a good one. Hopefully, it's not too long of it. And he immediately, and you can see it. He mouths it. He goes, "I just tore my bicep." He didn't even didn't even want to hold it and sell it. He said it. You mouth it. I just tore my bicep. He said, "Oh, just definitely disappointing."
Well, because that tag team had something.
Yes, without a doubt. You already felt it already. Final one here, just to get into, if we haven't complained enough about just the state of wrestling that is today. The newest of new eras in TNA.
Fix your audio!
Wow. TNA, since its new inception, going on, it'll be a month in next week already, but has done little to nothing to impress anything overall in anyone. Elegance brand being on my television for as much as they have been is not a good look. The system is boring.
Fix your audio.
Yeah. I think when they returned from, this was like 2 weeks ago because I didn't watch last night. I don't think I'm gonna bore myself with that. But they come back from Mustafa Ali and Jeff Hardy, and they go, "This is the 1,123rd edition of TNA Wrestling," and I just go, "And you still can't get it right, huh? You
Fix your
still
audio.
Can't figure it out, huh?" Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the goal is, and I guess I'll just wrap it up with anyone that is saying, "I don't know, fix this." Getting AJ Styles back? No, absolutely not. Because the last thing he needs is a feud with Mike Santana. It's just not what we need.
Although, how long is Mike Santana going to be there?
It's a good point. How long are anyone? It's just going to be what it is. It's just going to be a breeding ground, a new developmental for WWE. It'll be the WWE's waste bin, and like, oh, we don't need the Miz anymore. He can go do the Miz things over in TNA. We like Javon Evans. He's doing good over. He's ours now. Moose, he's ours now. Anyone else that's worth it?
Slater.
Heath Slater?
No.
Oh,
Leon.
Leon. Okay. Hold on. I was okay. Well, hold on. Whoa.
He's got kids, man.
I know he does. Yeah, he does. He does indeed. But yeah, again, it's just I can not find an inkling of a positive. Again, I think we mentioned it that I did laugh very hard when they revealed Mr. Elegance and the whole just background of it, but it's because it's because it's so preposterous of a storyline.
It looks like a guy who was in AEW and just
no idea.
Never
an
got
AEW extra that just never panned out. I have no idea. Again, shredded. It's just shredded to all hell. He looks like if Jungle Boy worked out, but if but just the idea of like good comp. Just the idea that like, he's a fat fan that was sculpted into this, and just that's hilarious to me. It's funny. That's like Vince Russo-esque just stupidity. But do I put that on the debut episode of TNA to show to a brand new AMC audience? What can this brand really bring in? No, absolutely not. So I'll leave it at that. I have no there's no sign that it's gonna get better. I'll stick to LOLTNA as my hashtag. So there you go. Anything on anything else? All right, cool.
Fix your audio.
All right. Anything for best of the week for you, really quick? Because I'm gonna have to pull up a quick name.
Who was I gonna give it to?
You said Cooper DeJean or just that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're giving it to Nikki Bella. Thought the Philadelphia fans were booing and said, yeah, both our teams are down. They're not in the Super Bowl. I'd be booing too. And Brie Bella, who probably knows nothing about football at all, goes, no, I think they're saying Coop.
Oh, God. And then she goes, yeah, I can pick them, right? Yeah, Cooper was definitely the most over in that entire
Well, the segment was awful.
Oh, yeah.
It's a waste of time. No need for it whatsoever.
And what was it before that? It was like a really quick match. It was the Obafemi thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, can't wait for the Bellas to take 15 minutes of my time. And sure enough, they did. It was a quick like 30 minutes. And 30
said
seconds.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing of substance.
Nothing.
We're gonna go for the women's titles.
Oh, duh.
I can maybe count how many people were yes chanting.
Not in Saudi Arabia anymore,
No,
girls.
they were in Philly, and they were getting maybe I can count on my hands and toes.
It didn't help that that Nikki didn't realize that they were chanting her boyfriend's name. It's just bad look.
Yeah.
Bad look. But that's the best of the week.
That sure is.
You
twit. I'm gonna give a quick one to CMLL's King Rex for one of the best promos, interviews I've seen. It's only about 20 seconds long. I'm going to see if I can just get my microphone next to my laptop and see if you guys can hear this.
Saludos también para usted. ¿Quién eres y que traduzca a tu hermano?
Giving the Beast Mortos a run for his money for best promo of the year, in my opinion. So, King Rex, you are my best of the week, my friend.
All right.
Fantastic skills. See him in a bingo hall near you. All righty. Anybody on your end? There?
VFW.
Andrew's got a split of Ciampa and Brody King for obvious reasons. Yeah. New TNT champion and number one contender is Brody King.
There's no way they put that belt on Brody.
I would love to, as much as I would love to. It's not happening. Exactly.
I was dreaming with 4 wrestlers left in the Women's Royal Rumble. You can ask Nick. I texted it. I said, I know it's not going to happen, but damn, would it be cool if Sol Ruka won?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, there you have it, folks. That was everything. That was everything we needed to get to.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Everything we needed to get to and more. We're gonna. I won't be here next week, so we'll see about having something about that. But the week following, we're definitely gonna get into anything and everything that happened inside of a wrestling ring.
Maybe we'll go early.
Maybe. Well, I'll be gone. I have to drive up.
No, I mean
Same
like
day.
maybe we'll go.
Oh, maybe earlier in the week. Yeah, maybe we can switch it up. Like I said, if with all my stuff coming up on the
Shenanigans.
weekends, yeah, with all my jobs coming up on the
How
weekends,
dare you
I'll
be a
switching
professional?
up. Yeah, I know, right? God forbid I make money and pay for this wedding that I need to do. So, yeah. Alrighty, folks. We're going to sign off here. For No Gimmicks, Nick Johnston. Double D, David Dykstra. Sign on out of here. Bad Karma Wrestling. We love you. So we'll see you. Peace.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.